Hey, it's Sick Boy from the Gaminganarchist Collective, and I need to ask a serious question. Ubisoft, seriously. Heart to heart here. Are you fundamentally just fucking stupid? Because I'm really starting to think that that's exactly what you are. Now, Tom Clancy, in inverted commas, The Division, let's face it, it's got nothing to do with fucking Tom Clancy, it's just purely the fact that they're just using the name. But The Division is due to come out in the next few weeks. It's coming out on PC and on console. Now, if you recall, originally they announced that it would be built purely for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and it would come to PC if you people whinged enough. And lo and behold, the game is now coming. Now, they've just announced some details with regards to the console version. And it's possibly the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They've claimed that they've included graphical fidelity options in the console version, so if you want to improve the laggy, shitty frame rate, you can just drop the graphics down. Yeah, in fact, let me just read the actual quote for you. You can disable certain lighting aspects and improve frame rates in the console versions. I don't know of another game that does that, so if you want to choose frame rate over visuals, you can if you want. No, that's not going to cut it. You've made a build on a console with varying graphical fidelity that can be customised. How fucking dumb are you? Do you understand the content of what a console actually is? You know, all jokes aside, call it your peasant boxes. You can make all those comments you like. But the thing about PC, and the downside of PC, is that mileage will vary depending on hardware. And of course obsolescence as well. So the hardware that's built for a certain game will always work on the machine it's built for. That's the benefit of console gaming. If you're going to play consoles, the reason you do so is simplicity's sake. Plug it into your telly, put it in the game works. Now, more recently that's been somewhat hampered with regards to the amount of patches and shit and repairs, but the logic still holds true. And now you're starting this shit. And this is a slippery slope. I am going to call this, I've said this in the past, because we've had multiple SKUs of consoles. It's going to start happening. Varying degrees of performance are going to be happening in consoles. Now, we saw a little bit of this in the last generation, where the Xbox 360 could not play GTA 5 very well, particularly the older models. In fact, there were some models that couldn't play it at all, because it didn't actually have the hard drive capacity to install the game to play it. It completely wouldn't work on them at all. In fact, I made a video a long time ago stating that that was the issue with Rage, and also in the PS3. They made the 12 gig version of the PS3. You installed Rage on it, that would be it. Like, it would just be the one, you know, that would be it. It would take up the entire hard drive. So it wasn't really fit for purpose at the end of that was at the end of the generation. Here we are, a couple of years in, and we're getting this shit. This is going to mean they're going to be, I can guarantee in the next year or so, they will bring out a more powerful PS4 and Xbox One. Not a next generational step, but one with increased processor power. They will then be this difference. It would be like if anyone back with the N64 days where you had the expansion pack. It'll be kind of that. It'll then be that you'll have a tier within the console, which is again fucking pointless. Particularly in the fact when a game has a multiplayer option. When the game has multiplayer aspects, and you're telling me that again, you know, the frame rate issues on consoles, the hardware limitations on consoles, the input issues on consoles, I much prefer my keyboard and mouse to pretty much anything that's a shooter. But here we go, let's be realistic here. The beauty of a console-based competitive game is that everyone is playing off the same base. You haven't got to worry about your cooling, you don't have to worry about anything like that, or your hardware. Literally everyone has an equal playing field. That is the beauty of consoles. For all of their limitations, that is the benefit. And what you're doing is taking that benefit away by adding in the fact that, oh, actually, do you know what? Our engine can't actually run on these machines really very well. So you can play a laggy piece of shit, if you like, with really terrible frame rate, or you can take out the things that we couldn't get working within the engine and the hardware and play it at an acceptable frame rate. I say acceptable, I fucking doubt it'll be an acceptable frame rate by anyone's standards. But they're saying that this is basically, they say that like, this is an option. This is basically, I'll tell you what this is. This is literally, they've got towards the end of the development and gone, do you know what? It's not working very well. Let's allow them the options to disable the things, as they did with Watch Dogs. Then again, Watch Dogs had a lot of graphical functionality that didn't run in the consoles because they balked it, and then they even hid it in the PC release, so modders had to update it. In fact, modders have even improved the graphics of The Division already on PC. Ubisoft, like, seriously, I know you've still got a lot of fans, but you are vastly becoming the twattiest fucking company. What is the matter with you? Can't you just make a fucking game? A game for a console that just works. You have to do one. No. Do you want to have the lighting options? Well, that's fine, but it's going to drop to 15 frames per second. I mean, you make my fucking arsehole twitch. You really do. So there we go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.